Okay, good morning. It is June 1st. So we're going to jump into this stock right here. So we just jumped in short because we have a short setup. We're going to mark it up here real quick. Algorithm trip gave us permission to get in, and we'll see how it does. All right, so we're out. So we start the day off with 23 bucks. Hey, it's a winner. It's a small one, but it's still a winner. So very cool. All right, we'll be back in a little bit. See what else there is to trade. Okay, so I wanted to jump back on here. So last week we had our two losers, which are actually pretty big losses. Our count was back up over 2,000, which was awesome. Then we had our two losses, which were pretty big, and platform fees just came out this month since it's the first. So yeah, we're starting back to 1742, and that's how trading is. You know, you'll take a few steps forward and a couple steps back. Some steps forward, some steps back. Sometimes they're really big steps forward. Sometimes they're really big steps back. So here we are. Good timing. Take a couple losses and then have platform fees. So 1742 is what we'll start off June with. And yeah, then we'll just grow this thing right to hopefully 3 or 4,000 by the end of this month. And then which will, we should double our account, I would think, by the end of the month. And then start really growing it pretty fast from here. So there we go. So that's where we're at with June. That's how we're starting. We'll see how we finish. At least we started the day off green. First day, first trade green. And look, this is what happens. I kind of wish I would have got out a little bit down here, but that's you always wish you would have got more, right? But if I would have stayed and got greedy, then I would already be back to break even here. So I just do what the algorithm says, get my one-to-one. It's a one-to-one strategy, and then everything after that is bonus money. And I usually try to hit these next targets as my next stops because this is a lot of times this is where the stock will end up going, and also get some kind of rejection from here. So I don't want to try to overstay my welcome either. So that's how I do it. Algorithm gives me my entry right here, the yellow, my exit if I'm wrong, my first target for a one-to-one, and then I put my whole position in right there once it crosses through to get out, and because this happens a lot of times. And then if it gets to the next level, I move my stop down. But I could take it anywhere after this, really. It's all bonus money after this, so wherever I want to take it, I'll take it. So yep. So anyway, so there we are. So we'll see if anything shows up on the board for the rest of the day. Hopefully we get a couple more trades in, and we'll see how the day turns out. Okay, so our algorithm has switched and given us permission to jump into this stock long here. So we have another trade for the day. Hopefully this will be another green one. Oh, it's not going to switch. Oh, it didn't switch. Last second, it changed its mind. All right, we'll come back and see if something else shows up. All right, so we got that same stock again, switching, maybe. We'll see what it does, see if it closes. It has to close switched. And then if it does, we'll be entering this long, so we have permission to go long. Volume agrees. A couple seconds, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're in. All right, so here we go. Let's mark it up. So there we go. So we took a $108 loss on that. So a $23 win on the first one, 108 on the second one. And I know it's like lopsided. It's like, whoa, as far as risk management goes, why is it so different? And it's because I trade the stocks, so I don't trade the day. So this stock, my losses will always be around 108. My wins will always be around 108, between 108 and 200. And then this stock right here, same thing. It would always be around 30 or 40 bucks right now. Why this account is small, or 20 bucks. So as the account grows, of course, this will get bigger, but so will these. But I just trade the name, so that's why it's so opposite. So okay, we'll see if anything else pops up on the day, and we'll see if we can turn this red day into a green day. Almost started off June in the green. All right, we'll be back in a little bit. So actually, before we bounce out and look for other stocks, so right here we see this this level right here. I bet there's a bunch of technical traders saying, why would you put your stop right here? You should be waiting for it to break this level and all that. And the strategy is based on a one-to-one, and the algorithm, I trust my algorithm to give me the guidance of where to get out if I'm wrong and where to start getting out if I'm right. So yeah, we'll see what happens later on in the day, but That's why. All right, so I tried to record this trade, and then I went to process it, and my video editor, screen recorder's, I don't know, going crazy. So anyway, so I'll just give you a recap on this, what happened here. So basically, this stock gave us a switch here, an algorithm indicating a short play. So we jumped into it short, and then it quickly reversed direction, which then sets up an opportunity for what I call a speed bump play. So we took advantage of the speed bump play, and when that happens, usually we can recover all of our losses, and usually then, even more, like our losses and then some. So like if I was losing 80 bucks, like I did, $83 we lost here. Normally this trade would give me between 83 and $120. So unfortunately we're at the end of the day, so I didn't really have enough time for it to materialize. So I was in it, and when it got right here, I jumped out, took my $41. Actually, I'll tell you exactly where I got out. It was at 50, 49, because I have to be out of this trade by 350. So I got out in this candle right here for $41. And of course, this is what would happen. It would go up at the last 5-minute candle, and I could have broke even. But one, I don't trade these last 5-minute candles. I don't like getting stuck in those and then being stuck overnight. And then two, the broker I'm working with right now doesn't let me. So when you're looking at my screen, this here is Thinkorswim, and over here we have Capital Markets Elite Group. So when I say I had platform fees coming out today, it was with Capital Markets Elite. Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade do not charge platform fees. There are also no commissions currently with Thinkorswim as well when you're trading stocks. So I do have commissions with Capital Markets Elite. So yeah, so when you hear me say that, that's what that's all about. But anyway, we're able to recover the day a little bit. So we're going to finish the day down $127. Plus we had platform fees come out today. And we had the 2 losses last week. So it's a pretty big drawdown on the account right now to start May. But no biggie, we'll dig our way out of the hole. And just as for traders, when you have like a bad run, a couple days of losing, and you're feeling a little bit down with your strategy or whatever it is you're doing. For me, what I do is I go back and I look at my log and I look at all my winning trades and I look at the big picture, and you see there's very few red trades or red days, and there's a lot of green days. So as soon as I do that, I start to feel better. And then I also look at my stock list, since I trade the same stocks all the time. And I kind of just look at their performance over the last 90 days, 180 days, trading days. And just as soon as I look at that, I'm like, oh, no big deal. Look at all that green. Red is a really small segment of what they give me. So, right away, it makes me feel better. So if you're tracking all your trades and you have your trade log and you're doing all that stuff, then it definitely helps to go back and look at it. If you're not tracking your trades and you're not looking at a log, then it can be hard to really get a good, view from far away of what's going on. And then you can kind of feel like, wow, I'm always losing. But once you get that view, maybe you're always winning. Or maybe you think you're always winning, but then when you look at that view, you're like, man, there's so much red here. I need to rethink what I'm doing. So it definitely helps to track your trades, put everything in a log. Track if you're trading the same stocks all the time, track their performance. So see if anything shows up. When you look at that stuff, maybe you get an idea like, oh, I should do this. Sometimes I'll look at that and be like, I'm not going to trade that stock anymore before 12 o'clock because it's always a winner after 12. And when I trade it before 12, it's a loser a lot of times. So by logging your trades and watching all that, you can get a better idea. Last little thing before we call it a day. If you like to read different trade blogs from different traders, there'll be a link in the description, FeedSpot, to their trading blog. It's not FeedSpot's trading blog. It's just a page where there's a lot of bloggers. So you can kind of see what all these different traders are thinking about the market and doing. It's a pretty cool spot just to go one spot and see a whole bunch of stuff. So anyway, over at FeedSpot, they're not paying me to say that. Just someplace I go once in a while to see what other people are thinking and what's going on. So I want to share it with you. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.